We just secured our first big partnership. You and I are together on that. That was exciting.
And we should say it's MyBookie.
It's MyBookie.
Which is crazy that you can bet on WWE PLEs on MyBookie. You can also bet on who John Cena's final opponent's going to be.
It is so funny you mentioned that. So part of my crew at Driving the Line.
You were on the list. You were on the list.
Do you know how that happened?
How did it happen?
All right, so here's how it happened. So one of my guys, we call him the numbers guy. His name's Rafael Esparza. Right? His entire business is making odds for sports books around the world. He's been doing it for 30 years. He's worked for every big name, Caesars, BetMGM, MyBookie, all of them, right? So if you see the odds for the presidential race or for the Oscars or for anything, my guy makes those. So he texted me one day and he said, hey, Coach, John Cena just announced his retirement. He says, you want me to try to get you a meeting with MyBookie? And I'd always been like, wrestling betting is the dumbest thing ever. Then you come to find out that it is unbelievably popular.
Yes.
Right? And it's a good way, what I call a launch point. Meaning you get somebody to open an account and they're betting, and then you get them, it's community and it's engagement. Hey, let's bet on Sheamus to beat whoever at minus 200. Yeah. And then when they're in there, then they may bet on an MMA or whatever. So he goes, I'll set up a meeting for you. So I said, let's do it. So then he texts me and he says, hey, I'm going to be making the odds for Cena's last WrestleMania match. And MyBookie doesn't care. I mean, we had probably 20 names. I go, hey, put me in there. And he starts laughing on the phone. He goes, are you serious? I said, yeah. And give me better odds than, say, The Undertaker or somebody legit. And he did. And guess what? As of this moment, there have been 12 tickets written on me.
No.
Swear to God. Swear to God. I feel bad for those 12 people. But
wait, you're saying it's not going to happen?
Well, I mean, they haven't called me yet, and much like a lot of big stars, it had to be the right number. I mean, we saw Stone Cold couldn't work out his deal last year, so I'm a much bigger star than Stone Cold is.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So, but yeah, and I'm still on the list.
You're a minus 3,500.
Minus 3,500.
And Undertaker's minus
plus 3,500.
Plus
3,500.
And you're an Undertaker's a plus 10,000.
Correct. Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. And that, to me, is kind of why I'm enjoying this so much.
If you were a betting man, and I know you are, who are you putting your money on to be John Cena's WrestleMania opponent?
Well, I think it's going to be Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I really do. Because when you look at the fact that they're both basically at the same number of world championships, Randy has come from the kid I knew at 19 years old to where he is now. I'm so incredibly proud of what he's done and the maturity that he's had. But Cena, I traveled with him for many, many months. And I know that if you watch, whether it was the 2 hours he sat down with you, whether the interview that he just did with Club Shay Shay, where I thought he was ridiculous for talking about Roman Reigns being the GOAT, but that's what he believes. And when he believes in something, that's what he's going to do. And I believe that he's got everything mapped out to the opponent for WrestleMania. And when he announced it, because we were doing a live watch along, I thought to myself, so it's all going to end at WrestleMania. He can't have another title run. And then what does he do at the press conference? You asked the first question, if I remember correctly.
He clarifies that, like, that's my last WrestleMania, but I'm going all the way to December.
That's right. That's right.
And it's so brilliant, right? So it's going to start in January. It's going to start when Raw goes to Netflix.
Yep.
Who's not going to be watching that now? Like, if they're already, you didn't have enough reasons to watch Raw on Netflix, John Cena is going to make an appearance there? Amazing. I think a strong case can be made for Randy Orton's either his last opponent or his WrestleMania opponent. Maybe both. I don't know.